cultural, it's educational, it's promotional, it's Thoughts and Teens in Focus with youths of the community and how can community help our youth. You are watching Thoughts and Teens in Focus with your host, Patricia Trim, CEO founder of Thoughts and Teens. Welcome to Thoughts and Teens in Focus. I'm your host, Patricia Trim. Welcome you to another edition of Thoughts and Teens in Focus. We have our special guests, and they are all from Downstate University, Australia. We have Miss Kate Barrell, and she's a peer educator of the youth program that we call Theo, Teens Helping Each Other and Youth Advocacy and Empowerment. Ms. Barrell will tell us a little bit more about this program, and she will introduce herself as a peer educator, and then we will have our young people to carry on the show. Ms. Barrell, welcome once again to Thoughts and Teens in Focus. I know you're not a thought or a teen, but you just right. But before you get to that stage, we know before you get to this stage, you had a childhood days. So you gave us some example and some thoughts about it. So our viewers will know that you were a child before you become a peer educator too. Welcome once again, Ms. Barrett.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome, Ms. Trim. We're so happy to be here. I'm actually the project coordinator, so I'm so happy to be here joined by two of our peer educators. I'm the project coordinator that is part of the Yhap program, which we will get into in just a minute. And I'd like to introduce now our two peer educators who will be going through our presentation today.
So welcome everyone. I am Chelsea Madramutu. I'm the assistant here at Theo. And today the presentation will be done by myself and my co-facilitator, Ms. Daisy Gonzalez. Hi, Daisy. Okay, so now we're gonna get right into our presentation and a little bit about what Theo is and what Theo stands for. So since we've been virtual since the pandemic, we just like to reinforce some of our group agreements, also known as our Zoom rules. Please get familiar with the mute and unmute button. There's the show your video, there's the record. Just get yourself familiar with mostly the mute and unmute and how to use your chat, right? So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the chat.
Real quick, and we'll get right back into it. Thank you for your patience. Let's see. Everyone here? Great.
So here at Theo, we host many different types of workshops. The most important ones are sexual health awareness. I've learned that work can be fun, and at the same time, it can be rewarding.
I came here not even wanting to teach, and now I'm comfortable with teaching. I can do it.
I love teaching students and then having them come back and teach back to me. It is an amazing feeling.
Ever since I started working here, I became a better facilitator. So I connected with Theo to help boost information about pregnancy prevention and STD prevention.
But since then, it's been just taking off like a rocket ship.
It's always a good place to start in leadership programs like Theo if you want to make a difference in your community and your own group.
So that was a video that some of our amazing prep peers and Yhap advocates made for Theo. Now we're gonna go into a little bit more about who we are. So here we are an adolescent education program called Teens Helping Each Other. And in our program, we have two different projects. We have the Youth Health Advocate Project, and we also have the Personal Responsibility Education Project, also known as PREP. So meet our staff. So first and foremost, we have our amazing director, Miss Christine Rucker. We have our prep coordinator, Miss Mariam Searchwell. We have our Yhap coordinator, Miss Catherine Burrell.
And here's more of the staff. We have Miss Elizabeth Smith, which is known as the Prep Health Educator, and Prevention Specialist is Miss Alexia Vila. The Yhap Assistant is Miss Chelsea Manjamutu, which she is co-facilitating with me. Well, she's facilitating with me. And we have the Prep Assistant, which is Rojessi Charles. Okay, so usually during this presentation, we check in with the audience and we ask them a few questions like an icebreaker. What careers did you want as a child? What was the last Google search you did? What gift did you give to a friend in high school? And now we're going to talk about what is Theo. So Theo is a peer leadership initiative adolescent education program, also known as AEP. It is located at SUNY Downstate, and Theo's mission is to empower youth to achieve and maintain good health, set and achieve academic goals, and serve their community. Theo strives to prevent new cases of HIV infections, sexually transmitted infections, and unplanned pregnancies while promoting healthy, productive lives for young people. Now we're going to talk about SUNY Downstate and where it's located. SUNY Downstate Health Science University. It is located at 450 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11203. And the nearest trains is 2 and the 5 and some buses. So what does it mean to be a peer leader and a youth advocate? So as a peer leader and a peer educator, it's our job to empower the youth and educate youth to make smarter choices and be themselves and live happier lives. And we serve a role model in the community, and we participate, facilitate, and I'm going to go more in depth about what we facilitate and participate in. We do community events, panel discussions, adolescent conferences, also known as teen town halls, evidence-based workshops, outreach events, and parent meetings, health fairs, and career fairs.
So PREP, like I said before, it stands for Personal Responsibility Education Program. They aim to educate young people on both abstinence and contraception to prevent pregnancy and sexual transmitted infections, including HIV and AIDS. PREP targets youth ages 10 to 19 who are either in school, homeless, or in foster care. The program also supports pregnant and parenting youths. So here at Theo, we do different evidence-based programs. So PREP actually do BPBR and Yhap also do BPBR, but PREP does Making Proud Choices and Yhap don't do Making Proud Choices. So a little bit about what BPBR is. BPBR is a 5-hour, 6-part intervention that aims to prevent HIV and other STIs among adolescents ages 13 to 18 by improving their HIV risk knowledge, attitudes, and behaviors through videos, role plays, games, and exercises that reinforce learning and encourage participation, right? And Making Proud Choices empowers adolescents to create their behavior in ways that will reduce their risk of unplanned pregnancy and becoming infected with HIV and other STDs. Specifically, this curriculum is to make sure anyone that wants to indulge in any type of sexual activity, they use a condom, right? So that's what Making Proud Choices is. So Yhap, like I said before, Yhap stands for Youth Health Advocate Project. And our goal is to help reduce youth that are high risk teens, help them to, well, we target high risk teens and teens that are high risk. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. We target teens that are high risk for HIV, STDs, and teen pregnancy. And we provide prevention education to high schoolers, LGBTQ youths, homeless youths, engaging in sex work and substance abuse youths, right?
Yes.
Oh. The Yhap project offers 3 community-based curriculum for New York City, public schools, after-school programs, churches, juvenile justice agency, and other community-based organizations. So the evidence-based programs that Yhap focus on are community promise, and like I said before, be proud, be responsible. So Yhap focus on community level interventions to promote progress towards consistent HIV prevention practice through education and distribution of risk reduction supplies such as condoms. So some general expectations for someone that wants to join Theo. We do ask for a 1-year commitment. And right now we will be working virtually until everything opens up. That's why checking in and out with your supervisors are important, right? We also need someone that is good, that has very good communication skills. Professionalism is very important because this is a job, not an internship, right? Punctual and regular attendance. So you have to make sure you're on time and you're showing up every day. And you have to make sure you're also participating in our meetings because our meetings are fun and interesting, right? So hours and pays. So after summer training, you will receive a stipend and you will be paid $15 an hour. Peers usually start off working a maximum of 10 hours a week after being hired, right? And becoming familiarized with the SUNY payment system. That's also important. Some of the benefits for working with Theo is you become a SUNY Downstate employee, right? What's not better than that? You get referrals to different health resources. You have access to different workshops, and you also can get a letter of recommendations from our supervisor. You also become an alumni at the end of your time here at Theo with us, and you can also come back and participate in our different things that we do, right?
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the hiring process. So in order to be hired, you need an application, a resume, a virtual interview, acceptance letter, summer training program that we'll go more into depth later, but we know that it's 6 weeks. A completion of the HIPAA, which is a confidentiality agreement, and summer training. So like I said before, summer training is 6 weeks and it's 4 days a week. The time is from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Zoom with a break, of course. And there are virtual sessions. You can email your supervisor. It's very important to email your supervisor beforehand if you cannot make it. And the purpose of summer training is to ensure that Theo peers have grounded understanding in a variety of topics. So I will go more into depth about the topics, and we want the peers to feel comfortable and confident when teaching back to the community, because that's what they're going to do. So the topics would be public speaking and facilitating skills, HIV and AIDS, STD and IS, and evidence-based program, also known as EBPs, pregnancy prevention and birth control, anatomy and puberty, and of course, healthy relationships. Okay, so after the summer training, you would have to do a teach back presentation. All trainees are assigned a different topic and you have to present about it with time. And this is very good because it promotes public speaking skills that you could obtain while having a job at the same time. And to evaluate your public speaking skills, you can make a better facilitator. Okay, so now we're going to talk about life skills. Well, professional development, right? So life skills, it is enhancement of skills needed in everyday life, both professional and personal. For example, learning about cultural diversity, workplace equity, interviewing skills, networking, and more. And connected to SUNY, of course, SUNY Downstate is both a medical school and hospital. You are connected with professionalism in different fields and get to experience what it means to be part of a team. Okay, you have access to SUNY Downstate. and alumni network. You could be connected with former and current peers and youth advocates. Be a resource to others in educating them about all you're required. So if you feel like you're passionate about something in the medical field, you can have resources and you could receive trainings and education on skills you may need to acquire on your career path. And next we are going to show a video from Theo.
A peer leader of the Teens Helping Each Other organization, which is an organization that promotes healthy lifestyles for teens. And today we'll be discussing condoms. In order to do all the things you enjoy doing and still have peace of mind to know that you're safe and protected, use a condom. Condoms are one of the most effective forms of birth control, being 97% effective. Condoms are one of the best methods to prevent any unwanted pregnancies. Condoms are also one of the best defenses against STDs like HIV and AIDS, but lambskin condoms contain small pores in them, making them only effective for birth control and not effective in prevention of contraction of STDs. Condoms are easily accessible because you can find them at any pharmacy or supermarket or any store really, and they are relatively cheap. When it comes to buying condoms, you have options upon options with all the brands that make condoms. There's Durex, there's Lifestyles, and there's Magnum. You'll never feel restricted when you have to make the choice about which condoms to purchase. And if you ever feel that condoms may ruin the mood or make the experience less enjoyable, you can buy favorite condoms to switch it up, or you can even make a game out of putting on the condom for your partner. So remember, if you want to continue to do all the things you love doing, but you still want to remember that you're safe and protected, wear a condom.
Protect your dreams. Let your future exist. Let your future exist. Teens helping each other.
So Theo's work is directly connected to outreach done across social media, blog posts, video productions, and coordinating live and now virtual events. So if you are interested in any media, video productions, you can participate and share your ideas. We always have a meeting called social media, and you can always share your ideas.
So during our presentations, we always like to do a little check-in just to make sure, after all the information that we give out, just to make sure that everyone is following along, just to check in on how everyone is feeling. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how Scooby-Doo are you feeling? I know for me, I am feeling like, let's see, like a 10 because it was a lot of information, but I'm still processing it, right? So I'm expecting everyone else to still be processing it at the same time. So if you have any questions, you would just reach out to us and we would answer the questions, right?
Yeah, I feel like a 1.
Oh, why you?
I feel like laughing right now, but I don't know why. I think sometimes you just want to feel like that, but that's great.
Yeah.
I feel like a 10.
You feel like a 10?
Yes, because I'm old, and this type of education that our young people is getting, I wish back in my days, where you don't have to ask, back in my days, we had something like this to really help our youths. But what I would like to say, where is this program that, it's now I'm seeing it, now it's coming to light. We have a lot of young people out there. I don't think they know about this program. I don't think they have any idea what is going on and how they can get help, So how are you, well, this is one form that will go out, but how do you get it out there to our young people that they can know what's going on? Because young people today, they don't like reading, but something like this is very interesting for them to be attached, as they love their internet, they love their computer, they love to use their phone. How is your getting out there, the information out there to our young people?
So that is actually a great question. Before the pandemic, we actually used to go out in the community and do different outreaches. But now, because like you said, young people love their devices, love their computers, they love social media. So we use social media to promote our platform and to educate them about what we do and the different things in our program.
Okay, well, I would be so happy to be able to get this out to our young people, because, as much as I've been doing youth program for so many years, I never ever know about Theo program. I know at one time we had our health fair and I had some young people, they came there, they were wearing red jersey, but I was so busy with everything else, but I know they came from SUNY Downstate, but I never heard back about it again. So until when I sent out, and I think Mr. Jung sent me all information, and I never even know that because I was getting mixed up with, I had 3 persons from SUNY Downstate that was in connection with me for the health fair. So that is why I really didn't know much about it. So when I asked Ms. Barrel, I don't even know what your program is about. Tell me about it because I am ignorant about it. Please educate me. And then she sent me the package. I said, I think I remember years ago this group came, but I didn't have much talking to do. They were sharing condoms. That's what they were sharing, condoms. I think they were giving some other type of talk. But I'm so happy that you young people is taking this serious. This is very important. A youth helping youths, you know, you have to do more. I know that you're doing a lot by handing out flyers and what, but I don't know if you're doing it in schools, if you have school programs, because there is where it has to begin, an education in schools so that you can help the young ones. And I didn't realize the program is a program that you volunteer and you get paid. So how can I volunteer and get paid? This is a very good program, and you young people, I would like you to continue if it's okay with Ms. Barrel, or it's okay with SUNY, that you have you all, you know, on the program as often as you can, so that you could able to reach out to our young people out there.
So actually you did touch on something very interesting. You said schools, we do a lot of presentations in schools. So even though everything is virtual right now, we're still doing presentations. So we're still going to classes regular and doing the presentations on Google Classroom, just like everything was the same. So we had to learn how to make that transition from everything in person to everything virtual.
Mm-hmm. But do you, when you do it in school, do the children find it fascinating to be a part of it, or they just, hey, go through one ears and come through another ears?
No, so actually they observe the information and they ask a lot of questions when we are more in person. So virtual is trying to pull it out of them, but in person, they're really like into it. They have a lot of questions. And then even when we do BPBR, we do a condom demo. They like to look at it and feel it, like it's very interactive. It's not like a lecture, it's more like a conversation.
The condom.
Yeah.
Also, how do you go out? Like if I want to keep a seminar with you, what's the procedure?
Miss Kate, you want to get this?
Absolutely. So if schools or community-based organizations are interested in hosting us for any kind of workshop, even if it's a 5-part or if it's just a 1, they would have to contact myself, and we have our contact information. We're still not done with our presentation. We have this screen of frequently asked questions, which we like to share. But if we move on, we'd have our applications on our website. Our website is thetheoprogram.org. This is the time where I'd leave it in the chat and make sure everyone has our website and how to reach us. Again, through our website, our social medias are here. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We also have a YouTube channel. We're developing more and more. But again, so if someone is interested, a school or a community-based organization, they would contact myself, Catherine.Barral@downstate.edu, or our general email, teenshelpingeachother@gmail.com. And they can even call our main office, which is on the screen as well. I think whoever's at home or whoever's tuning in, please feel free to take a photo of this information, or again, feel free to call. Our office number is 718-270-3203. They would contact us and just say, I'd love a presentation. They'd have a topic in mind, or we can give them all the topics we do. We don't just focus on HIV and AIDS and STDs, that is our main focus, but we also do a lot of work in and around self-esteem, making healthy choices, self-care, especially now during COVID. A lot of the presentations and workshops we did talked about how to take care of yourself really during this time when mental health is so important to focus on, when everyone is stressed out due to the COVID pandemic. So we do have other topics we'd like to incorporate, although our main focus is obviously on HIV prevention. But again, we're very much open. We love adapting new lessons. We love working and collaborating with others. We always like to get our youth involved as well.
What I promised to do, I promised to have, I think you have this, how to reach us. If I can ask your permission to put it on my weekly broadcast, so it could be aired every week that our young people can see it. And parents, not young people so much, parents, because if you don't get the parents involved, you're not doing anything for the young people, because when parents are involved, you get more out of the young people.
Absolutely.
Don't leave the parents out. They're very much motivated in their children to get their children involved in things.
Exactly. We start hiring young people at 16 years old. So if someone is 14 or 15, and this is something that they could see themselves doing, we always recommend them saving it, thinking about it for the future. If someone is 16 and doesn't work out this year, then they're free to join again when they're 17. So really we hire starting at 16 all the way up to 2021. And we really do focus on developing their professional skills, personal skills, public speaking. The work they do now as a young adult transfers into their lives as adults as well.
I think that not only for 16 years, because the children today are very smart, and they are from 6, 5, 4. I think this education needs to be taught to them, or give them an insight. If you have a, what I call it, thoughts program, that they can have knowledge about it, not only for teens, because teens already, you know, they're teenagers, yes, but thoughts, we won't bring on the condom, but we could bring on other products, other programs that they will able to be knowledge of. So as they grow up, they know where they are going to make their life a better way. Because remember, they are smart. The children today are very smart.
We're always learning something from everyone. Every new training class, every new peer, we're always learning something new. So even as an adult, even as a project coordinator, I always love learning new things. But we have come to the end of our presentation. Do you have any other questions for myself or for peer educators?
That I had the opportunity to know y'all and to continue this program, because they did came to the program, to the health fair, but I never heard anything more about from CUNY, from SUNY. So I was happy that y'all have the opportunity when you came on the Woman of Power show. I said, I never know that I had youths in this program. So I was happy to know that y'all are there, and I'd be happy to have you on whenever you want to, or whenever you would like to share your views and your ideas of things in the community that for our young people can know about. So thank you for coming on Thoughts and Teens in Focus. Thank you for sharing your views, and just remember, it's on Brick Art Media, and you will be on Brick Art Media. And my engineer is Mr. Joseph Gabriella. He is there doing his work for us. He's the one that is making it happen. So thank you once, Miss Barrell. Thank you very much.
And thank you for
thank you. What's in Miss Madram-Mutu? I know Madram-Mutu, but this is Madram-Mutu, right? Am I calling it right? Chelsea, that's my granddaughter's name, Chelsea, and Daisy Gonzalez. Thank you all for being on Thoughts and Teens in Focus, and how can the youths of the community, and how can the community help our youths? Thank you very much. That was Thoughts and Teens in Focus with the Theo group of SUNY Downstate Hospital, and their peer educator, Miss Catherine or Kate Barral, with her two, what do you call them, Yhap assistants, and youth health advocate, bringing news from the community to your ears from Thoughts and Teens in Focus. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
That was Thoughts and Teens with your news, and these beautiful ladies on Thoughts and Teens in Focus. Bye for now.